What's up, guys? A new season, a new opportunity to make gold selling the combatant gear. We have a new set, the entry-level PvP gear. This is a pretty good market. Entry-level gear, that's one of my greatest, one of my favorites across all of WoW, all time. Selling entry-level gear to people just hitting max level. It's just so consistent. People are always willing to spend a little bit of gold to just get that quick boost. And of course the prices aren't huge, there's nothing like massive, but we are selling items. Like even yesterday I'm selling items for 2,000-3,000 on a very high population EU realm. So for a while prices on all of the stat variants was like 500, and then some of the stat variants are very popular and selling for a lot of gold. So this is pretty good. And there's a lot of recipes, right? We cover all of them, cover every possible slot. Now, I didn't join the rush. I didn't join the day one rush. Day one, prices for these recipes were very expensive, because where the recipes come from? They come from rated PvP, and they're tradable on the auction house. So you had to buy them. And they were very, very, very expensive on day one. A lot of them were posted for 150, 250, 300,000 gold, which I just didn't consider worth it at all. No, not because they might not be worth it. It might be worth it if you have a lot of time to repost and make that gold back. But it does mean that you have to sell a lot of items, because even at that point you were maybe looking at 3, 4, 5,000 gold average profit, which means you're looking at selling 20, 30, 40 items in that time span to make back your recipe gold. So now the prices are a lot lower, and for many recipes even like 2 or 3 sales is going to be enough to make back the recipe cost, which I think makes this a lot more approachable right now for people who aren't super hardcore gold makers. Now you don't have to sit cancel scanning for days on end to make sure you make back your recipe cost, which is obviously more profitable if you can do that. But I wasn't in a position, I wasn't interested in doing that, so I've been buying the recipes now, and we're still seeing fairly high profit margins. I mean, as I showed in this mailbox, I got a sell from yesterday. 2.3k for a jeweled amulet. This is 300 gold to craft, or 350 gold to craft, something like that. So this is very good profit, very good profit. Now the other thing you can do, which is still going to work, is what you can try to flip the recipes, right? Preferably you would want an add-on like point blank sniper or something to really quickly do it. You can do it just like this, just search. I actually did this, and I managed to snag the jeweled amulet recipe for 300 gold. Which that's pretty good, right? I got this one for 300 gold on day one. The price was 250,000 gold on the auction house. I posted it and then I went to bed. It didn't sell, so then I decided to just learn the recipe, because the price was already down to like 150,000 gold. And I figured, like, yeah, that's the price, but is it going to sell at that price in a reasonable time? No, probably not. I'm just going to learn it and sell necklaces that sell really quickly instead. So that's what I did. I also took advantage of the fact that I have 2 accounts right here. So I've been selling the jeweled amulet on all 16 of my realms, or 14 or whatever I have. So I've been moving them around. I craft a bunch, sent them to the other account, and then I just, whenever I logged on to a new banker to post stuff on the auction house, I would trade over a bunch of jeweled signets. I drew the amulets, so I have a ton of them around. Now, for right now, with how the recipe prices are and how the profits are on a lot of the items, I think it makes a lot of sense to buy recipes right now. Even for more casual gold makers, I think it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, the more expensive recipes are the best ones, like the amulet signet are the 2 most expensive ones in my realm. The cloak is pretty cheap and fairly good, but obviously these are the best ones because every spec uses these items. And then the armor is more class specific, so not every spec is going to use them. So any profession you have, like, you don't need any amount of measurable amount of knowledge. You're going to reach max quality really easy with these. So resourcefulness is going to make it a little bit more profitable, but for the most part, profit margins are fairly high. There also might be opportunities every once in a while to use missives to target the most popular stat combination for your armor type. So like the haste necklace has consistently been selling for significantly more than the crit one, for instance, at least on my realms. but your mileage might vary, and it's not always going to be the case. So right now we can see that this versatility mastery cloak is posted for 7,500 gold on my very high pop realm, which is kind of wild. If I get that sale, that's going to make back a lot of what I spent on that recipe. That's going to be very, very good if that happens. So that's the gist of it. Now you can also, if you just click the link in the video description to my blog post, you can get a group with all of the items already, every stat variant ready to import straight into TSM. This will make sure that you're pricing each stat variant by itself. I think that makes a lot of sense. People are definitely willing to overpay a little bit to get better stats. That's something I've seen very consistently throughout the history of WoW, especially when I did a lot of like stat-based gear in the last expansion in Shadowlands. I did a ton of that, and people are definitely willing to pay significantly more to get the absolutely perfect stats for their spec. So you can grab this. It has a crafting based operation, so it's going to use the Trade Skill Master crafting cost as long as you have that. If you don't, then you may need to set separate prices because the crafting cost is different. Like the jewelry is about 350, 300 gold to craft. Cloth is more in the 700, 800, 900 gold range. So if you do have to use, if you can't get the crafting pricers to work, then you're going to have to use some hard-coded gold prices, which is still going to be fairly fine. Like I have 500 gold as the minimum price for my jewelry right now, and 1,000 gold for my cloth because that's the amount of profit that I want to get out of it. So yeah, I have a bunch of sales. Like the most expensive one, I think I sold a couple of amulets for 10,000 gold. I'm selling stuff for anywhere from 1,000 or 500 gold up to 1,500, 2,000 right now. For the jewelry, on a crafting cost of 500 gold, I'm selling cloaks. I've sold one cloak for 2,000 gold. I haven't moved cloaks around in multiple realms. And I'm probably going to buy all the other recipes and just like stock all of them on my main realm and keep doing this because this is looking pretty good right now.